Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's Wednesday. We got a packed slate. We got a lot to go over. We got NBA records being broken. We've got NHL. We got college basketball. We've got Dub Club that I am going to talk about, Dan. So come on in here.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot to get to. Play of the day. Play of the day cash yesterday. We had Bam Adebayo over 81.5 points parlayed with Jaylen Brown to get ejected in the first half. So awesome.
It's a great bet. It's a great bet. You know that there are people out there straight-faced who were telling that loved Bam Adebayo unders last night. Obviously, I don't think anybody was looking at him, but someone in a group chat somewhere straight-faced said, boys, my play of the day, under points, rebounds, assists for Bam Adebayo. And
it's out there. It's got to be out there. What's funny is I don't think he had a double-double. Did you see he landed on 9 rebounds? He had
exactly.
9 rebounds.
That's 80 points and what, half of them come from the free throw line. Yeah, that's at some point everyone was just in on it. That was like, yeah, let's get this record. But hey, history is made. Most points since Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, surpassing Kobe. That's it's a big deal, and I'm sure Heat fans will let you know it is a big deal. Actually, Joe Ranieri will be on the show tomorrow. We'll get his
that's right.
Temperature check down there. Maybe he'll come on with a Bam Adebayo jersey. You never know. Andy, we cashed in again for the folks, the free play here. So WTF LFG after we got Lemoyne Dolphins home. I had agreement from Ralph Michaels, 33-20 now on those plays. A nice little run. Andy's going to have WTF and LFG for you today. What will that play be? You'll see. But we're going to kick things off with Drew Martin. He's going to talk the Big Sky Championship. And then we're also going to take a look at the second round of the ACC Tournament. We got Cal and Florida State. So we'll get Drew's thoughts on that. We have the Holy Triumvirate, though, folks. So we're getting college basketball, NHL, and NBA free picks for you. Ross Benjamin's going to join us as well. Cavs versus Magic, Rockets and Nuggets, and then the Prez. Yes, the Prez. 2 games on the NHL board. Best bets in both of them right here for you. Canadian Senators, Caps, Flyers. So that's plenty to wet your beak. Andy's going to take you all around the world. And Andy, I think the bat signal has gone up. We may just have a let it ride play that folks can hop on with us here. So exciting things. We're going for ladder number 3 here in our Let It Ride challenge.
No, we are going to. We'll talk to Drew Martin. I know you guys want to get some college basketball talks. We'll talk to Drew, and then yes, we are doing a Let It Ride. We got play number 3, and we got a killer WTF LFG 1-1 on the Big 12 first half unders yesterday, Dan. So kind of a meh. Whatever on the glass. money indeed, Mark.
We love to see it. Yeah, we love to see that for sure. All right, let's bring in Drew here, baby. Drew Martin, how we doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
What is up, Dan? How you doing, Andy? Yeah, ready to talk some college basketball, guys. I mean, March Madness, it is here. And the NCAA tournament, just 8 days away, and Selection Sunday on Sunday. But we got conference tournaments, some important games for seeding, and actually the Cal FSU game, it has importance on even making the tournament, which we'll get into. But I'll tell you, boys, always good to be on with you, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, always a pleasure when we get to chat with you, Drew. You've been the mainstay throughout. So when people were just thinking about college basketball, Drew was already in the trenches grinding it. So it's been fun, traveling along with you here this season, and now the culmination of all of it with these conference tournaments and, of course, March Madness. It's going to be on deck. You alluded to it there, so let's just start there. Is in that Cal and FSU game that you have for us, ACC tourney style. Drew, how are you looking to bet this one?
Yeah, this should be a fun one. 7 o'clock ESPNU here, guys. It's the ACC second round of the tournament. However, interesting setup here, the way the ACC does it, that Cal and FSU, they're the only ones where both teams, this is their first game in the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the 8-9 game in the ACC tournament, the winner to play the number 1 seed Duke. And yeah, like what I led into, Cal, the Golden Bears, they're on the first 4 out list of Joe Lunardi, meaning they need to get a win here. They might need to get a win against Duke. If they do both of those, they're almost definitely in. If they get a win here, it is going to be a long selection Sunday here for the Golden Bears. If they lose this game, they're likely out. But I don't think they will, guys. And I know they're catching points. It was 3.5. You can get it as high as 4.5 right now. And that's the way I would go. Now, the consensus line is 4, but I'm looking towards the Golden Bears for a couple reasons here, guys. One is FSU. Yeah, they are playing some better basketball. They're off of an impressive win against SMU. However, in the first matchup against Cal, it was in Tallahassee. It was 63-61, a very ugly game there. But Florida State, they played Cal with Cal's one of their best players, their best big man, Lee Dort. He was out. He is back now. He's played about 4 games. And he's a real presence on the defensive rebounding there. And I think that's going to help the Cal side. Plus the fact Cal's head coach, Mark Matston, he came over from Utah Valley a couple years ago. Now he's got kind of the roster ready to go, the end of his 3rd season. And he's a coach that had a bunch of success in the postseason. Now, granted, it was a little bit lower at the NIT level, but they made a run there with Utah Valley all the way to the semifinals, covering numbers. I think this is one where the wrong team is favored, Dan. I really do. +4, +4.5 if you can find it. Sprinkle a little bit there on the money line. Give me the Golden Bears in this 7 o'clock ACC tournament matchup ending Florida State's season.
I like it. You know, we love it, Drew, when we got folks calling for a dog and an outright upset. That's what we...
And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
They're barking. Right. That's what our man Drew Martin says. He's got a dog for you, and he's looking at the Cal Bears. Let's talk Big Sky Championship, and then we also have some questions, Drew, that I want to throw your way here that we're getting from the chat. We'll also talk about what you have up. Folks can take advantage of that special 149 lock-in all college basketball action through the end of March Madness. It's a no-brainer deal for a guy like Drew who's on the daily grind for you guys and the Daily Diamond for what that's worth. But let's talk Idaho and Montana here in the Big Sky. This one a little bit tighter. We got Idaho as the 2.5 point favorite here for the Vandals. Total, this one's around 144.5, 145. So, Drew, how are you looking to attack this one?
Yeah, mid-140s here, Dan. And I'll tell you, it's kind of been a surprise in the Big Sky tournament. This is the number 7 seed and the number 4 seed for the championship game. So one of these two teams, either 18-15 Montana, or we're getting a 20-win Idaho team, going to punch a ticket into the NCAA tournament here. So a big-time matchup. This is ESPN2, 11:30 Eastern tip time. So we can call it the Get Back special, but hopefully it's not Get Back for us here on Wednesday. Hopefully it's just Degenerate special in Boise, Idaho. Do note, Moscow, Idaho, where the Vandals play, the campus is, Boise, Idaho. It's about a 6-hour drive, so it's not too close, even though it's in the same state. I think that might work against Idaho here. Yes, Idaho has won and covered 4 straight, but when you look on the other side, the Grizzlies of Montana, they've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're playing pretty good basketball right now. They're also the Big Sky defending champions. They were a 14 seed last year in the NCAA tournament before going down to Wisconsin in the first round. And this is a team that shoots lights out, Dan. Number 1 in shooting percentage in the Big Sky. Number 1 from the free throw line. They're hitting 80% from the charity stripe. This is a team where if it's close down the stretch, you can kind of trust them, definitely trust them more than Idaho on the free throw line here. And one of the matchup handicaps, which I think is the best way to win. Yes, stats are nice, trends are nice, but the matchup handicap, guys, in this one, I think it favors Montana. Even though we've seen some money come in here on Idaho, 1.5 up to 2.5 point favorites, I think Montana plus the 2 and a hook, we might even find a 3 before tip-off. That's the way I would go. And the matchup handicap I'm talking about is if Montana has a weakness, it's turnovers, meaning their guards kind of turn it over a little bit. The ball handling has kind of worked against them at times in Big Sky conference play. The problem with Idaho defensively is they don't turn their opponents over. One of the worst in the Big Sky conference in terms of turnover percentage defensively. Overall, head-to-head, Montana has won and covered both matchups this season in conference play. They've actually won 9 straight over Idaho. So overall, guys, I think this is Montana, another little wrong team favorite. I didn't plan this with the Bulldogs showing up, but we're going roof here. The second dog in a row in the degenerate special. Give me Montana plus 2.5 over Idaho to punch their ticket into the NCAA tournament.
And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
Wow, double it up, Drew. I love to see it. A double dog special for you here from our man, Drew Martin. That's what the folks want. That's what they are going to get here. Idaho is going to fall to the Grizz is what Drew is saying. Drew, let folks know what you got rocking. We have a couple questions here in the chat that we'll get to just regarding some of these other games that are on the slate today. And if you have them locked and loaded for clients, that's where you're going to have to go to get them. But we'll run down some of them. Another person also asked about this March Madness Bonanza special, this 149. You choose your capper. Obviously, you head on over wt.buzz/DM. We'll get you over to Drew's page. It's locked and loaded there, and it is all of his college basketball action through March Madness. So we'll get you access to any of his college hoops plays. And until baseball rolls around, Drew, that's pretty much full steam ahead, all that you're really capping right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. I am full board in on college basketball, and I've been doing it for a couple months now, guys. So this is nothing new for me. And yeah, that's probably the best way to go. Actually, it is the best way to go. You'll get every play through the national championship. You won't have to pay daily, anything like that. You get the plays right at release before the line moves. So go take advantage of that. The March Madness Bonanza includes 5%, 4%. In terms of the rating of the play. And for today, which would be included in that package, actually got one going at 2:30 Eastern. So not much time at all here, guys. Nationally televised game in the ACC conference, one we didn't break down that I really, really like. And riding a nice little 32-12 on the 4% and 5% for college basketball. And sure enough, this is one of those. 4-1 the last 5 overall, and 57% the last 212 client picks. So long-term, short-term, it's starting to line up right now, guys. Good time of the year here in the month of March to win in college basketball. So if you get that package, the March Madness Bonanza, you get the conference tournaments, the rest of that, all of the NCAA tournament, the NIT, any secondary tournaments that we're involved with, you get all the plays. So go check that out. At WagerTalk.com and the specials tab. But yeah, big day here for Wednesday. Got a couple circled on tomorrow's card as well, Dan.
WT.buzz/DM. Quickest way to get there. Grab that March Madness Bonanza special now, and that is his college basketball plays through the end of the tournament. So everything starting the second that you buy, that's what you're going to get. So he's got one locked for 2:30. You want to buy that one play? Sure, that's your prerogative, but lock in all the way through 149. WT.buzz/DM. So Drew, we got a question here, and I noticed you said 2:30, so this one's going at 6:30. You already gave us 2 outright dogs. Any thoughts here? Feet to the fire. They're just asking, does Xavier beat Marquette? This one's 3.5, 4 is basically what we're seeing. If there are 3.5s, those are going to be moving to 4 rather quickly here, at least according to the odds logic screen. So do you have another barking dog here, Xavier against Marquette, or is this one, the line move is kind of telling you the rightful favorite is the favorite? Any quick thoughts on this one, Drew?
You know what? This is one I'm not involved with, but these two teams just played actually on Valentine's Day, and Xavier looked good. I remember that game. They won it by, 8 or 10 points, something of that nature, almost scored 100 points against Marquette. And when teams put up that much in terms of offense, I'm not in the camp of going against them the next time. Usually they found something there. So in terms of what I would go with, it would be the Musketeers and Xavier, mainly because of the way they looked the first time around.
Well, I won't hit you with the dog graphic the 3rd time in a row, but that's the way Drew Martin's leaning, so take it for what it's worth. Drew, always a pleasure, buddy. Can't wait to keep chatting with you throughout March Madness, throughout the baseball season, of course. Let folks know, too, this weekend, Drew's Daily Diamond continues, correct?
Yeah, we got it going on Saturday, and Chris Allen actually hit me up. We're going to go with the Drew's Daily Diamond, at least a couple looks here for the NCAA tournament in the first round, second round. Give me some Sweet 16, Final Four as well. So get ready for some extra episodes, I guess we can call it. Drew's Daily Diamond getting ready for MLB. So yeah, it should be fun here over the next couple weeks. It's going to be a whole lot of March Madness, whole lot of college basketball, boys.
Don't
Hey,
tempt
Drew.
us with a good time, Drew.
Real quick, I'm just saying it's 5-1 to parlay your 2 underdogs. I'm just throwing it out there. Just
throwing it out there.
lobbing an underdog.
You can throw it right back if you don't want it. You know, it's a good point there. There's a little 5-1 action. Who knows? A little sprinkle. I like it.
No, I'm catching that one and I'm keeping it. I'm running with it. I'm not throwing that one back.
Drew, best of luck, buddy. Always a pleasure, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Cashing, boys.
Yes, sir. He's catching it and hopefully cashing it. That is the hope. So good research out of you, Andy. The research department doing very well on the program today.
The research department has been busy during Drew's segment here. The Big 12 glass court first half unders lines. These are the ones that are out for today. There's 4 games today. Went 1-1. For those of you that didn't see last week, Marco talked about this crazy court that they're playing on the Big 12. It's this glass surface. It's slick, and we were talking about unders. Went 1-1 yesterday, but there's 4 games today. So one of them starts here in about 10-15 minutes. So the ASU Ohio State starts in a little bit. So we'll keep track of that and see. It's been 50-50 at this point, so I wouldn't say an advantage one way or the other, but
okay,
we're keeping track of it. And do that. So you want to do WTF LFG?
Yeah, let me know, Andy, because I messaged you. You said, do you have one for today? I had a couple leans here and there, but you said, I have one I love. So, Andy, let's make this 34-20 on these plays. What are you looking for?
Well, I just happen to be looking at the golf lines, and wouldn't you know it, the books have not totally adjusted to Justin Thomas's situation. We're easily taking Justin Thomas round 1 to go over 71.5 on his round 1 score. Fading Justin Thomas, he's coming off of hip surgery. This is not the young number 1 player in the world, Justin Thomas, anymore. He's got family. He's invested in a soccer team, and now he's coming off of hip surgery to fix a disc in his back and hip area. And last week we faded him, and we didn't fade him hard enough. He shot +7 and +7 to miss the cut in rounds 1 and 2. And this, Dan, if he shoots even par, that's an over. The books are saying he needs to shoot -1 or better. He was -6.06 total strokes gained last week. That is truly horrific. So we're just fading Justin Thomas until further notice. I don't know how many tournaments he's going to play, but he played last week to try and shake the rust off to get ready for the players this week. And this is not an easy course. His putting was bad. His driving was bad. His irons were bad. So it is fade Justin Thomas. If you're looking at head-to-head matchups for the tournament, I see Wyndham Clark you can take over him, and I see Jason Day that you can take over him as well. So those are ways that we're going to fade Justin Thomas. But for WTF LFG, 71.5 is going to be the play. So
let us know in the comments below, following or fading. I certainly will be following Andy, and let's make this 34-20. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to, let's do it. Yes, we have play 3 of our Let It Ride mission. It's going to be golf. We have a play that we absolutely love. So, for those of you that did not follow us, you can jump in now if you want. But last Friday we talked about, I think people call it the ladder challenge.
Challenge. That's what they call it on TikTok when they lose the first ladder every time. Yes, the ladder challenge.
People try and hit a play 10 days in a row. Yeah, 10 days in a row. But that's not what we're doing. We're spacing them out. So we hit Friday's play, then we hit Sunday's play. So I started with $100, throw $100 on the lacrosse play, it hits. Boxing play hits. So now we're up to $366. I have put all that on our 4% golf best bet. That is on my page at WagerTalk. The best way to do is to do the buy 3 days, get 3 days free. There's no reason to just buy 4% play. Just get 6 days and you can follow it up. If it hits, then we're just going to roll it over and we're going to go for day 4. So I know what you're saying here. Like it's going to be hard to get that much money down on days 6, 7, 8. I don't know if we're going to go for 10 days. Let's just
take this rung. Let's go to wt.buzz/AL. Let's take this next rung and then we'll go from there. We don't have to aim for the full 10 yet. We'll see how we're feeling, but let's just get over play number 3. We're taking 366, rolling it on over. Let's go, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we can have a lot of success with this by spacing it out, not going on every single day. So,
And this is now the third pick, Andy, the third different sport. So here we go.
Yes, and third different
lacrosse,
handicapper.
boxing, and now golf. So let's rock.
You, Jan, and now me. So 3 sports, 3 different handicappers. I'm playing the Let It Ride drop.
Electric. Hopefully that doesn't jinx us. So far, knocking on
Drops
wood.
have been
Andy.
good. Drops have been
Drops
good.
have been good.
Wagon's been good. That's my dog's been good. So, all right. Well, let's bring in Lawrence here and let's talk both NHL games.
The Prez.
Are you on a conference
call this week, buddy?
I'm always on a conference call. Guys, hijack.
Well, wait, before you hijack, why don't you switch your microphone and then you can hijack. We got you on your computer mic right now, Prez.
Why?
So you can I don't know. That's you logged in with it.
That's weird. Okay, let's see. Elgato wave, right?
That sounds good. I like the Elgato wave.
Okay, how's that?
There you go. We can hear you.
Wow. Hijack away, Prez. Now that you sound like the beautiful man that you are, hijack away.
I don't understand what just happened, but I don't like that you guys are bigger than me on the screen. So
you can make yourself a little bigger. Here, look. I'll even give you the full screen, Prez. You can take up the whole screen, buddy.
So, Andy, Dan, do you remember the good old days when a bunch of professional athletes, some future Hall of Famers, at least 20 All-Stars, and the best goalie in hockey beat Team Canada in the gold medal game at the Olympics? Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah. The Hughes brothers, the Kachuk brothers, Connor Hellenbach. You remember that?
I do.
Yeah. Last night, America got beat by spaghetti, lasagna, baked ziti, oregano, carbonara.
And now they might not make it to the next round, Prez.
So the amount of shit that I had to listen to when the Canadian team completely dominated a bunch of actual Hall of Famers and All-Stars and lost because a goaltender stood on his head, the amount of shit I had to take when your team in your sport can't beat a bunch of rosemary. I mean, this just in. Baked ziti just hit a home run.
I for the record, I did not give you any shit about Canada.
Yeah, this was a no shit
losing
zone, if you recall, Prez. We were like, hey, it was good.
I am giving you no shit. I'm just talking facts.
Well, I heard that, during the game, obviously they didn't want to serve any, Italian food. So there was no, like you mentioned, spaghetti, no lasagna. So they served purely American foods like pizza, Prez. That's what they were serving.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You know what's funny is I actually had pasta and meatballs for dinner last night. I actually did have.
Yeah, so did Team USA, bro. So did Team USA.
Yeah,
little pappardelle in the DH spot, some bolognese, batting lead off.
Bolognese batting lead
off.
All
racist.
right.
Feels racist a little bit.
Anyway.
We only have 2 NHL games tonight, Prez, and let's start with the Montreal Canadiens versus the Senators. There's a pretty incredible streak going on in the props world in this game. Stutzel has 13 straight games with a point. I'm ready to fade this guy because this streak is unsustainable. I'm not going to fade him tonight, but I hope he gets a point tonight, and then I'll come back and start taking him to not have a point. But how do you break down this Canadiens-Senators game tonight?
Well, firstly, I don't have any opinion on whether Stutzel will get a point or not in this game. Look, I really like Ottawa in this game, and I wanted to release them as a client play, but we had such a big line move. It's now minus 190. So for me, Ottawa is the play. If you've got something you want, some great money line bet you want to parlay with Ottawa, give it a go. I'm not a parlay guy, but I do think Ottawa wins the game, but I don't think you can take it in regulation. I could, last 2 out of 3 games, these teams went to overtime. And it's not like neither of these teams played overtime on a regular basis. I like the under in this game, guys. And I understand that Montreal has allowed a lot of goals of late. They only let 1 in against Toronto last night, but that would be the equivalent of America playing Italy. They should shut them out. They let 3 against LA, 6 against Anaheim, 7 against San Jose. The bottom line is when I look at these totals, I ask myself, what do these teams want to do? Well, Ottawa wants to play to the under. Ottawa wants to win 2-0, 3-1 games. Last night, 2 days ago, they beat Vancouver 2-0. Now, I know 7-4 against Seattle, but if you look down, this Ottawa team has held their opponents to 2 or less 7 of their last 10 games. That's incredible. 7 of their last 10 games. And I don't think Montreal is a team that wants to play overs either. So we got 6.5 out there. I really like the under a lot in this hockey game.
I can give you a couple parlay pieces in tennis. Arani.
Of course you can. You live, sleep, and eat parlays.
Yeah, Arani and Paolini go off at 10:30 tonight. You can parlay that in WTA women's doubles. Swiatek plays today. Pula plays today. I've actually got some parlay pieces in there. So, yeah, there's some parlay legs that you can use out there. Next game, Capitals and – what's that? Capitals and Flyers. Yeah, tell us about these two teams.
Yeah, I like Washington tonight. Look, I'm not high on either of these two teams. If I smoked them, I would be pretty much like the smallest buzz of all time. That's how I feel. With that said, Washington, they dominate this team. They've won 7 of the last 8 head-to-head matchups. Both teams are basically in must-win mode. Philadelphia, I don't think, has enough talent to win in must-win mode. With that said, they've won 4 of the last 6, where Washington has lost 3 of the last 4. I just look at this game, and I think Washington had an excellent win last night against Calgary, 7-3. I think maybe they'll get a little bit of momentum. This Washington team likes to win and lose in spurts. So they'll lose 3, win 3, lose 3, win 3, that type of a thing. They actually won 3 and then lost 3. So I like Washington tonight. Not big enough to bet it, but that would be the play I would take in that game.
Who's winning this whole thing? Who's your top 3 teams right now in NHL?
Well, I mean, that question is always different to what's the best bet. I think the Colorado Avalanche are winning the whole thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fair.
And I haven't looked at the odds today to tell you who I would take, but I can't, I told you guys, Titans wrote the Wild. I told you guys recently that I thought the Wild was a good bet. I also told you guys I thought the Jets to make the playoffs at plus 900 was a good bet. They're 5 back with 21 games to go. I still think that's a good bet. But I think the Avs are historically good. I mean, they remind me, honestly, of Italy's baseball team. Just unstoppable, unbeatable. It's like lay the smack down on teams, literally.
A lot of carbs.
A lot of carboneros. A lot of carboneros. One of our listeners, Waj, asks, Prez, did you see Marty Supreme yet? So, guys, I asked the 2 of you, have you seen Marty Supreme yet?
I have not. No.
Nope.
So I have heard from anybody that I know that saw that movie hated it. So,
oh really?
Yeah,
I heard great things about it.
A ping pongist.
Well, I don't know. I can't decide whether to watch it or not. But I'm deep into Young Sherlock right now and very much enjoying it.
Young Sherlock.
What was the one? The Maisel.
that was
show?
the best
Marvelous
show
Mrs. Maisel.
ever.
Marvelous.
That is a Mount Rushmore
It's
show.
a damn good show.
Guys,
Okay.
just breaking news. Chris Allen really likes Marty Supreme. And I have a lot of respect for Chris Allen's opinion.
I do too.
So, Dan, one of us is going to have to watch it and report back. Can you be the one?
I'll do it for you, Prez. This weekend, and then when we talk back, remember to bring it up, and I will report back. I will watch Marty Supreme this weekend just for you, Prez.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
What do you got?
When he started that sentence with "one of us has to," I was like, I already know who the one of us is going to be.
Yeah, we knew.
Well, I don't understand. Can you explain this comment to me right here? Young Sherlock nerd alert. Like, so detective
he's
shows
alerting
are
you-
for nerds.
I think he's alerting you that he thinks you're a nerd. I think if you're asking me to explain the comment, how I would
nerds
explain
rule the world, bro.
Yeah,
So-
not an insult.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the nerds I went to school with are currently
trust-
running the banks in the world. right
yeah.
now.
We've been called much worse.
Yeah, but I think Rob Christensen is showing his age. And by the way, R.I.P. to the guy who was in the lead for Revenge of the Nerds. He passed away recently.
Carradine, yeah. He was in
Carradine. That's it.
Yeah,
Carradine. Yeah.
What do you have up at WagerTalk right now, Lawrence?
Oh, guys, had a rough go last night. Just lost every play I released to my clients. 0-4 night, just horrible. Had a 4% play on the see, I even forgot. Like, literally, I forgot what I played last night. The Winnipeg Jets. Horrible. I passed in hockey tonight, but you guys do know what I like. I got one NBA and one college basketball. I am rolling in hoops. I'm absolutely rolling, but yeah, last night was rough. That's what I got tonight. 1-1, very small night, nothing major. Feel free to join me because I'll tell you what, it's those nights where I'm like sitting here going, lost last night, feel a little dejected, feel a little down. You know I'm going 2-0 tonight.
I know it. I have every bit of faith here.
That's how it works, dude.
All right, here we go. We're giving away a 3-day pass. Put your WagerTalk username in the comment section after the show. If Lawrence goes 2-0, we're giving away a 3-day pass, and I know it's going to happen. So we're giving.
Let's
away
go,
There you go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
So you got to point, or they don't know where it's going, Prez. You got to point down, or they don't know what's happening. You always got to point down.
All right,
Okay,
Lawrence.
boys.
No pressure,
Thanks,
buddy.
Prez. You got this shit, buddy.
Yeah, I love being on here. Thanks for having me. Kick ass, everyone. Check me out on the best betting show ever. And we'll see you all next week on this one.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Like
2-0,
dropping,
baby.
and I apparently have to watch Marty Supreme this weekend. But for Prez, I'll do anything. So there we go.
Dan just logs on, hopes to get through a show, and all of a sudden has
I
to
know,
leave with
and
a
now I
homework
have freaking
assignment.
homework.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
homework now, Andy. Ridiculous.
Can we talk Dub Club and a couple things here? Dan?
Yeah,
because
please.
I need help from you guys, the live chat. I need someone to explain this to me. Dan was not aware of the interviews that Dub Club did with two of their handicappers that have been floating around social media. So if you in the chat have seen that, there are two interviews in particular. One is one of their best or one of their highest sales guys who sells the most. And he was asked on a live interview what his record is the last 365 days. And he says, and I quote, "I don't know. I haven't looked." And then there was an interview with a woman who tried to explain how she bets props. And Dan,
it's literally like she's breaking it down, Andy, and she's like, I researched what people's averages were for a full 2 hours. And I was just like, wow, I wish that I could get our work done in 2 hours, Andy. That I would kill if I only had to research props for 2 hours. And she's basically, her methodology was, I look at their averages, and then I look at their averages over the last 10 to 15 games, and then I look at their averages versus their opponent. Really deep diving stuff, really market analysis stuff, Andy. But this is the space. You know what I mean? For 3/4 of it, this is what the betting space is, man.
And then she ends it by going, and then I just water it down, which makes no sense.
Yeah, like what does that even mean?
It doesn't mean anything. So here, I don't even know.
Saying shit.
I don't even know where I'm going, but I get really mad when I see this stuff. Because it's so disingenuous and it's so rough. And then I have to keep reminding myself that this is capitalism. Here is a product. The audience decides if they want to buy the product or not. My question to you, chat, is how do these people sell so much?
Reach.
Who is buying? Who is like?
I don't
think people understand how much time myself, Dan, Jim, Jan put into our craft.
Our guests,
like we work really hard. We try to be as open and honest as possible. We do every bit of research. We leave no stone unturned, and we're researching these sports that people are not paying attention to, and it's really hard. And we put our best foot forward, and we work our asses off, and we sell a fraction of what these people sell. I get really, really. It gets me mad and it gets me really frustrated about the space. But the market is the market. There's obviously a market for it. I don't understand it.
You asked who it is. Johnny makes a good point. The people who are fresh out, who think 10-team parlays where you're parlaying all these picks together is what's going to earn you generational wealth, because that's what, the people who are holding the bricks of money next to their ear and doing their TikTok next to a Lamborghini, that's what they're selling these people who are, for all intents and purposes, novice gamblers, Andy. And I think that's something that, we struggle with this program. Obviously, full peel back of the curtain, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're only appealing to these new people who are in the space, you can tell them anything and they're going to believe it. You know what I mean? The people who are engaging with our Wager Talk content, Andy, we can't piss on their leg and tell them it's raining. You know what I mean? They're too smart of bettors. And I think that's the difference is the people who you're speaking of, they're talking to people who don't know, their ass from their elbow, so to speak. And that's who they're the ones who are selling to. Here, because of what we do, even from the free side of things, is so educational and is so informational. We have all these evergreen videos and all these ways to make you better bettors. The people who are trying to, completely scam you, like those two people in that interview who don't even know what their return of investment is. They don't even know what their record is. What they're trying to sell to you is trust me. You know what I mean? What we're trying to do is let's help each other. Let's all become better bettors. And that's why, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And unfortunately, the wrong ways to do it get pushed to the front at many a times.
It gets frustrating that the people doing it the wrong way are selling that much. I wish the market would naturally push them out of the space, but unfortunately it just doesn't work that way. And then the other thing is you can't even fade this guy because he does parlays. So you can't buy. I know this is a thing.
And only
I've
bet
done
against
it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, you buy and just go against their plays. You can be a real cash cow, but you can't do it with same game parlays and such. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this, but it gets a
you had to air the grievance,
emotional
Andy.
action.
Don't you feel better now? Probably not, but at least you said it.
It makes me so pissed off about that.
I'm with you, man.
Like Jan's out here crunching rugby numbers. You're crunching Lemoyne lacrosse numbers. I'm dying here trying to figure out the motivation of a women's doubles plays. And O-Girl is out
Andy,
there.
didn't you know? All you have to do is just look at averages of PRAs and then water it down, Andy. That's all you have to do, apparently.
Meanwhile, I'm researching Justin Thomas's rehab schedule going into the players. I'm trying to find if Rory McIlroy's back is stiff or not.
Well, we've aired the grievance. Let's cleanse the palate with one of our favorite people who come on here, and the chat loves him too. Talk about a man who's a pillar in the Wager Talk community. Ross the Boss Benjamin is here to cleanse the palate, my friend. How we doing, Ross?
What's going on, my guys? reminds me of some of the comments we get on the YouTube channel once in a while, and they're very few because mostly the community is real good. But I'll say that I'm up 192 units since May 13th of last year, and it's true. It's documented. And if you don't believe it from the numbers from WagerTalk, then you shouldn't be watching this show. Okay, that's the bottom line.
They're all there. The day after, you can see every
exactly.
single play
And
that was
somebody
released.
always would
win or
chime
loss.
in and say that's not very good. 58% isn't good. It's never ends. And I think
You're right.
the more sports betting became legal, the more people, because they had 2 good weeks with their local bookie, think they're a professional handicapper. The bottom line is how you do over the long haul. And I'm confident not only with you two guys, and I appreciate what you had to say about the time, work, and effort you put in, because some of my friends, they think, well, you only work an hour or 2 a day. How hard is it to make picks? And it's
I
like,
wish.
come on. Hour or 2 a day, I do just to prepare for videos. Okay. And it's doing the video is easy. The preparation time and the research needing to be done to enlighten your viewers and teach something, hopefully, and put them on the winning side, hopefully, even though they're not your best picks of the day, is time consuming. And there's nothing that you make good money at that's easy. Okay. That's the bottom line, unless you win the lottery.
I know. Do you get mad when you hear stuff like that? I get so mad about those. You're probably not paying attention. You're a much healthier mentally person than I am. I'm a loser.
Same thing goes. I mean, and I'm gonna touch upon, probably get a lot of heat for this, but it's like watching Barstool. Some of the characters they got on there, and I'm going, how do people actually pay these guys for their opinion on picks?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll do credit to the owner. I think he's a fabulous guy. I mean, I give him all the credit in the world for success. But, that gives, to me, it gives handicapping a bad name. They're all about, we like to entertain here, but it's not all about comedy. We don't have guys coming up and screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs and using vulgar words every other, come on, so. You guys got me going, man. You brought up the wrong topic.
I know. Look, I brought the beast out of the boss. This is.
All right. Well, Ross, let's jump into NBA here. I want to talk NBA with my guy Ross here. So we got a couple games here. Cavs Magic. We got a great one. Rockets Nuggets. But I'm gonna start with this Cavs Magic team. Cavaliers dealing with some injuries here. Magic haven't played in a few days, so they're going to be really, really well rested here. So how do you break down this Cavaliers and Magic team?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the first half total here, which is 110.5. This is a Cleveland team. Again, they're playing their 3rd game in 4 days, and that usually prompts tired legs and below average shooting and below average pace for that team for the year. In other words, whatever Cleveland's shooting percentage is for the year and whatever their pace is on average, they're usually go below that. Not only Cleveland, but all teams. Not every time, but most times, it affects their shooting and the pace of the game that they play at. Cleveland, the last 4, by the way, 4-0 to the under against the first half total with just a combined 98 points scored at halftime. Cleveland's also 22-9 to the under against the first half total this year as a road favorite. And Orlando, this will be just the 6th time that Orlando is a home underdog this season. In their previous 3 in that role, they went under the first half total with a combined 102.7 points per game. Andy, you mentioned the Magic well rested. They're playing on exactly 2 days rest. And when that's occurred this year, they played 4-0 to the under against the first half total with a combined 107.1. I'm a numbers guy, man. You're not going to hear me talk about players. In 11-2 to the under in the first half this year for Orlando when playing at home against teams with a winning record like the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we're going to go under the first half total in this one, guys. Cleveland, Orlando, under 110.5.
Someone get Ross a shirt that says numbers guy.
Yeah, I mean, you know what the old saying is, numbers don't lie and liars don't figure. You have to use pertinent numbers. You know what I mean? You have to use numbers that make sense. And when you get to this point of the year, okay, meaning we're in the final stretch of the NBA season, there's a lot of data to go on, and going beyond what happened beyond this year sometimes is irrelevant, unless it's head-to-head matchups, you know. But having said that, again, I get miffed that when I see a guy come on any show when it comes to sports betting and just talks about players and got them figured out if they're going to have a good game or bad game. Go play fantasy.
Let's talk about a team with some good players here, Rockets and Nuggets here. I'm looking at the starting lineups here. Looks like we should get basically the full slate. Murray and Johnson are probable for Denver. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get full squads here tonight here. How do you break down the Rockets and the Nuggets? Big game in the West.
All right, so first half total, again, we're looking at 112.5. These teams have met 3 times this year, and each one of those games went under the first half total with just 100.7 points scored on average at halftime. So head-to-head matchups 3 times doesn't mean it's automatically going to go over, but it's certainly, that's a really low number, 100.7. There's something to that. Denver, by the way, 6-2 to the under in the first half this year, home when facing opponents like Houston with a win percentage of 600 to 700. So when they play good teams at home, there's 75% to the under in the first half. The Houston Rockets, by the way, 9-0 to the under this year in first half away games, first half against the first half total in away games against teams like Denver that are good 3-point shooting teams, specifically teams that hit 36% or better from beyond the 3-point stripe. And more times than not, guys, when you see a team who's hitting that good from beyond the 3-point stripe, they're usually putting up a lot of 3-point shots on average. And Houston has defended the 3 very well this year. And they've come out strong with strong game plans to defend a 3, obviously. 9-0 to the under in that situation. Just the 8th time all season long that Houston will be an underdog. And they went 6-1 to the under against the first half total in the first 7 times that occurred. And lastly, the Houston Rockets 13-2 to the under against in first half away games. When playing a team with a winning record. So Houston, when they face a team with a winning record on the road, they played 13-2 to the under against the first half total. You guessed it, Andy. Houston and Denver under 112.5. Somebody just chimed in here and says, have you listened to Prez? He just screams and yells. You know, let me just tell you guys this. I like Prez. I do, but I like to give him a hard time as well. And he certainly gives it back to me. But I grew up in an Italian neighborhood when I was a kid, and I am of Italian descent. I'm American, true and true, but my family was my grandparents all came from Italy. Prez, if he grew up in my neighborhood, would have been in witness protection by the time he's 18 years old. And he would have been broadcasting right now from parts unknown.
This is true.
He's north of the border, so he's, you know, somewhat safe. That's why he's such a diehard Canadian.
Witness protection.
By 18 years old.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Ross, what do you have? Sabres. Your Sabres. Congratulations, man. You're in a. The Buffalo is working out for you. Talk to us about the Sabres.
Well, I've been a diehard Buffalo Sabres fan since I've been a kid. Needless to say, it's pretty well documented, their struggles. You know, they haven't made the playoffs for 14 straight seasons. And they came back from the break. They've won 8 in a row, First time in franchise history they've had 2 8-game or better win streaks in the same season. Also, since December 9th, they've gone 29-5-2. Think
Wow.
about that for a second, folks. That, and we're talking about, and also have gone 9-0-1 in their last 10 on the road. Besides, so they're not just homers, and they're currently in first place in the Atlantic Division, 4 points ahead of Tampa Bay. Yeah, Tampa Bay's got 2 games in hand, but the Sabres got the most regular season wins, or I should say regulation time wins in the Eastern Conference. So that's the first tiebreaker if teams are tied at the end of the season. So, yeah, it's been rejuvenating. And the game against Tampa Bay on Sunday night was just remarkable. They won that game 8-7, packed house, electric crowd, over 100 minutes in penalties. The Sabres stormed back from a 7-5 deficit with less than 9 minutes to go to win the game in regulation, 8-7. So happy times here. It's great to see meaningful hockey in Western New York at this time of year.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you, Ross. It's always fun when your team's playing well. So, what do you have up for everybody today?
Let's focus in on college basketball, guys. 7-0 with my last 7, 14-3 with my last 17, 35-15 with my last 50. That's 70%. And I had the last one up there, Dan. I sent you guys. It's 69-42, I believe it is, 62%. So college basketball has been rolling, guys. And that March Madness package is absolute steal. $149. You're going to get every pick in college basketball through the rest of the season, right through the national championship game. So take advantage of that. Red hot in college basketball. I'll have something up for college basketball tonight. I know one of the viewers chimed in and said, Russ, when are you going to have your plays up? Just a word of advice. If I don't like anything early, you could assume it should have been up by now. And I am also not a big proponent of putting things up too early in college basketball, especially at this time of year when it's conference tournament games and teams, you don't know what the matchups are because the teams played the day before. So if you're looking for somebody to put things up early and have the mindset that the longer the store stays open, the more money you can make, I disagree with that. And I'm about winning, and I've proven that. 192 units in net profit, boys, since May the 13th. That's number one at WagerTalk during that course of time. And the last I checked, there's some remarkable sports handicappers at WagerTalk. And you talked about another site earlier. I could say with the utmost confidence, and I think I could speak for you guys collectively, between our YouTube channel, our host, and the handicappers we have at WagerTalk.com. This is the best sports betting platform in the world. I said in the world. So there you have it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Thank you, Ross. Appreciate you always, man.
Appreciate you guys. Have a
ray
great
of sunshine. Ray of sunshine.
We needed that. We all needed that together, Ross, and we got there. Best of luck, buddy. Keep those runs going, man.
Okay, boys. Take care, man.
Thanks, Ross.
A couple things. Bam went over his points yesterday, and I'm wearing purple because what are the Baltimore Ravens doing?
Dude, that is, I mean, like Ross was saying, swearing, and then that was bullshit. What happened over the last 24 hours? And I mean, I'm not the only one saying it. The GMs of different teams are saying it. So basically, when a physical comes through, Andy, and during all of the negotiations and everything, you knew he was coming off of the injury. So there was no possible way. But basically, you can tell your team doctor fail the physical. You know what I mean? But it seems the physical wasn't even the issue. It was the Ravens realized we can get Hendrickson, keep all of our picks. They got cold feet on an awful deal that they made. We said, Max Crosby's a great piece, but I wouldn't have given up what they gave up for Pat Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely horrible deal they made. And then they realized, holy shit, this is going to saddle us. We're going to be screwed. And then they just get out of it. Like, remember this day and this situation, Andy, when the legal tampering period is no more, because this ruined everything. I mean, the ripple effects this has. Yeah, it's a joke. And it's on the NFL, Andy. Exactly. The fact that this period is what it is, you know, why not just open up the signing period? You make your contracts, because now Matt Crosby essentially doesn't have a place to go to. The Raiders don't have the cap space for him anymore. Any other team that would want to be in on the sweepstakes now has allocated their money elsewhere. Absolute Bush League bullshit from the Ravens. And if they don't lose a draft pick or something, there is no, you know, like accountability.
So the Raiders made a bunch of moves. Do they now have to like fit
undo
Crosby back into their salary cap issues? I don't know. I have so many questions. But yeah, like failing the physical when you knew the guy had needed meniscus surgery.
You told the doctor 1,000% to fail the physical. I mean, that's what happened. And Max is kind of injury prone. Yeah, Max is kind of injury prone. Why would you trade 2 draft picks for him? And or 3 draft picks, 2 of them being first rounders. That's why this all ended up happening. And guess what? Guess who certainly couldn't pass a physical right now? The guy who just had surgery in December that they just signed for a 4-year deal, Andy. That's who certainly can't pass a physical. If Max Crosby, who's ahead of schedule on his rehab, couldn't pass it, it's a joke, man. Absolute joke.
I don't think Hendrickson is. I think Hendrickson's completely overrated. I mean, this is the star in one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I think the big loser ultimately is always just going to be Joe Burrow. he gets to go up against TJ Watt. He was going to go up against Crosby, but now he gets to go up against his former teammate, Hendrickson. So I don't know. I think Joe Burrow might be on the Andrew Luck timeline.
I'm with you. I think he's done.
Why would
he's not gonna hang it up, but he's already 1 foot out, it seems like.
Yeah, one hurt foot, one sprained foot out the door from being hit, man. Imagine you're Joe Burrow. You have one of the best college seasons ever. It's your dream to make it to the NFL. You make it there, and then this is your experience in the NFL. It's really, really, it's tough to watch. So we had a question about Justin Thomas. Do I think he's going to miss the cut? Yeah, I would say making the cut would be quite a lofty goal. I can't put that out as a play because I don't have it on DraftKings or FanDuel at this point, but I believe Bet365 and some of those books probably have it. So I can't put it out as a play, but if you've got it, yeah, I don't mind the plus money on him to miss the cut. So let's see. Let's do all around the world here. We're going to do a little bit different here with all around the world. Nuggets and Rockets. I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. It looks like he's healthy from the hamstring. He played 29 minutes last game. He had 13 rebounds plus assists. What I love is the potential assists and rebound chances. He had 6 potential assists and 14 rebound chances. So that's 20 potential assists and rebounds. And when we're looking at props, Dan, when I look at PRA, I like to look at the average of how they've done the last couple games, and then I like to water it down. Yeah. No, here's some actual useful info. When you're looking at rebounds, when you're looking at assists, when you're looking at this rebounds and assists, the prop number should be less than 50% of the potentials. So when you have the rebounds and the assists, I add them together, I get 20. So as long as this number is below 10, which is way below 10, that's what triggers this as a client play. So 7.5 rebounds plus assists on Aaron Gordon. A couple parlay pieces here that I was going to go over. I've got Svitolina to close out a parlay for clients, but there's a couple that you can, I think I got Pagula to win a set. So I put those together. It's minus 187, but if you have open parlays and you're looking for parlay pieces, those are a couple there. Svitolina should roll. She's minus 337, and Pagula to win a set. She's playing Bencic, and Bencic gives up a set when she plays elite talent. I think Pagula wins outright, but we just need her to win a set for that one. And then here's another parlay piece. If minus 192 is good enough for you, you can just play it straight. Or if you need another parlay piece, Sahith Theegala to make the cut. Dan, you listen to us do our golf show. I don't know why the books have not caught up to that. Sahith Theegala is really good at golf. He's made the cut in every single tournament. He's 16th best in total strokes gained in this field. And he's made the cut the last couple years. He even made the cut last year when he was not playing good golf. But this year, he's playing great. He's got a bunch of really good finishes in a row. So Sahith Theegala continues to be undervalued in the market. So you can play that one straight up, or you can parlay it with something. So that's your all around the world here. Props and some parlay pieces there. So
well done, good sir.
Yeah. So a lot going on in the sports world. So
it's just it's unreal, and we'll find out more as this situation goes on. But I mean, I'm firmly in the camp, dude. There has to be some kind of accountability for what the Ravens did, whether it was, they failed the physical, what they did completely screwed any teams and screwed Max Crosby. It's just, and then they end up with Trey Hendrickson too. It just, the whole thing reeks, Dan,
we just ran a flash special here, 30 days of lacrosse for just $69. So Johnny came up with this one. So this is a flash special we just came up with. So if you want lacrosse, we're averaging 2, maybe 3 plays per week.
Yeah.
In college lacrosse. So this is an absolutely smoking deal. Nice run, Dan, 15-8 this season. That'll increase your bankroll in a hurry. You're up 20 units already this year. So
15-8 is what we 15-8 is what we started with so far, and that's college lacrosse and also this PLL championship series that we had. So basically, you get through this 30 days, they'll get you through national championship almost in college lacrosse. So it'll get you through the playoffs still. If you just look at what we've done, Andy, since you and I have been partnering together on these lacrosse plays. So that's past 4 seasons, I would call it, maybe a little bit longer. We're looking at 103, 74, and 1. So we're right below that 60%. We've cashed in about 50 units for folks, and that's just on these lacrosse plays. So like Andy said, I mean, I wear it on my sleeve, Andy, that this is what I cap. This is what I believe in. So that's exciting, man. Our first ever lax specific special. $69 for 30 days. That's a pretty damn good deal. And I'll do my best to make sure that we're cashing in for you folks. But as long as we just do what we've been doing, that should work out well for all of us, man.
I'm glad you went and looked at the record. I don't know what our record is. I haven't looked. I don't check.
I wouldn't have known if they didn't pull it, because that's me too, Andy. You know what I mean? Like I don't care either. I mean, I care about my record, obviously, Andy, but at the end of the day, I just want to keep my head down, and then I recap, obviously, at the end of the season. I know if I'm in a shitty stretch, but yeah, just like the Dub Club guy, I don't even know what my win-loss record is. I don't even care.
What's your ROI? I don't know ROI.
What's my ROI?
That?
What is that?
Doesn't he play for the Lakers? No, that's Rui Hachimura, not ROI.
The ladder play you can grab over at Andy's page right now, wt.buzz/AL. If you get the 3 days and get 3 days, obviously that'll get you the ladder play and more. But we're rocking tonight, Andy. Ladder play action. Let's ride.
Let's do it. Locked in, guys. Let's have a big Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, WTF LFG plays Justin Thomas over 71.5, and the ladder play starts early tomorrow morning. So don't wait. Go grab that play. Grab the 3 days grab 6 days for the price of 3 and lock that thing in, because the golf tournament starts early. We're in Florida. So you're looking at like 8 a.m. tee times Eastern time. So thanks very much, guys. Good luck on all your bets. Please hit the like button, and don't forget, comment in the comment section right after the show's over with your WagerTalk username. And if Prez goes 2-0, we're giving away a 3-day pass. Thanks very much. Good luck on all your bets.